Hello there, here we are in the beautiful region of Puglia, and today I'm showing you a very cute 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom property which has basically had some work done to it and kind of needs those finishing touches. The good thing about it is it actually has all the permissions to enlarge it by a further 30 square meters, as well as add a swimming pool. So they've already got the permissions for the swimming pool. They already know exactly where it's going to be placed. So this could really become a very cute, smallish on the in a beautiful area. We are in one of the nicest areas in the comune of Ostuni, in a road called Sessana Grande, which is actually a very nice road. It's had a lot of investment put into it. It actually has a lot of people living all year round here because it's very close to Ostuni, and it also, as you can start to see, we are up on top of a hill here. So this is an area that has rolling hills, and obviously I think you probably come to understand I'm a big fan of good views, and I'm a big fan of properties that are up on top of hills. So this one has been built right on top of this hill here, and the land is about 7,000 square meters of land, and it basically extends. It's a big rectangle all the way around the house. We are at the back of the land, so the rest of it really kind of extends out to the front of the property. But I love that it's raised. Now the other thing I need to mention importantly is the pool. They have permission to build the pool just here, just in front of this olive tree here. So in the middle of this olive tree, it's the ideal location really, because obviously you've got the house obviously overlooking the swimming pool, and then obviously you've got those views as well. But I'll start to show you, we'll start from the inside of the house. Now, we aren't coming through the front entrance. The front entrance is actually at the back of the property, but I prefer this side in terms of an entrance. This is your kitchen. Now, as you can see, it's not been closed yet, but this on the paperwork is actually closed. So you can close this off. Here they envisaged having sliding windows that would slide open, so you're kind of like cooking outside even though you're inside the house. And then obviously this part here would also be enclosed as well. So this becomes a closed room and a beautiful kitchen. I mean, anyone that knows me, I'm a big fan of feeling like I'm outside when I'm actually inside. And obviously the cooking area is really where you spend most of your time in a property here, especially in the south of Italy, where food and cooking is just so easy to do. But you can see they've got a little table and chairs here, but really bringing you back on to where we started from and just showing the other side. Obviously this becomes an extension of the house. This is really where you're going to be spending most of your time, and you can see they've got a large table here, and this is where you get the best views as well. So it really is the nicest part of the property, and I think you'll all agree it's a beautiful view, but at the same time you don't have people overlooking you from this side. So let's start to go into the house from here, and you can see immediately we've got this little lounge area here, very cutely done. As you can see, they've done some of the work, so all the fixtures are absolutely new. You know, the furniture, the decor. This is a project which obviously they've taken on, and then they've decided they couldn't complete themselves. So, but you can see it's been done very nicely. I think I really like the taste of what they've done here. Now, in terms of heating, they have the predisposition for both cooling and heating. So the house is kind of ready. It just needs the units to be placed into the property. So I'm going to come through here. As you can see, we come through to the first bed of the 2 bedrooms. And these are good sized bedrooms. I'm a big fan of having doors that access from the outside. So if you didn't want to go through the main house, you can come directly from the outside. And this is a really good space. I mean, you've got a good amount of light coming in here because obviously you've got the doorway here coming through. And then you've got a little bit of storage space here on the left-hand side here. I love these, the way they use the space very cleverly. And look at the first bathroom. I mean, I really like this kind of decor, to be honest. I think it's a little bit different, but very, very cute. And this is a really good sized bathroom. I mean, the shower here is absolutely huge. If you get me in the shot, you can kind of get an idea of just how big this shower is. And again, very nicely done, I think, with good taste. So coming back through where we came from, you can see here we come through to the second bedroom, and again, a really good sized bedroom here. We've got good size, very nice large windows here. So these are the windows that actually face onto the views outside. And you can see again, the fixtures are absolutely new. So they've all been kind of put in very recently. So there's nothing that needs to be changed there. Now for the predisposition of the cooling and the heating, you can see that little plaque there is where the pipes are to putting an aircon unit that also does heating. It's not a huge house, so I don't think you really need much more than that in this type of property. And then finally, we've got this bathroom here, which is another really nice bathroom. Again, I really like the style. This is a huge shower here on the right-hand side. You've even got the views from in the shower with this window here. So, and then tall ceilings, like good size ceilings. So you're not ducking and weaving around this house at all. It is a very cute property. And I think it really just needs those finishing touches that it would obviously add a lot of value to the property itself. So if we come back, I do want to show you where your front entrance really is, because as I said previously, we did come through the kitchen and this would be your front entrance. I also want to show you the driveway. Now, I'll be putting in the drone video as well to kind of show you the entranceway, but also the surrounding area. But there is one other thing I'd like to show you just behind the property, which, as I said at the beginning of the video, there could be potentially another 30 square meters of property which can be added onto here. And this was really where they envisaged that part of the property. So this could potentially be closed off and then you have that additional section to the house. So another room, depending on what you wanted to use it for. There's lots of options here. Now the other thing I want to show you is down below, because below the house we actually have a little bit of storage space. We have what they call the vano tecnico, which has all the electrical equipment, but also I want to show you how big the cistern is. So this house, for water, it has a cistern. So it has two cisterns. Actually, one is for the land and one is for the house. Now, if you don't know what a cistern is, it's basically a large container of water, and when it runs out, you basically call up a truck and it fills it up. So here you've got the washing machine, you've got a little area. I say little, it's actually rather big. Very nice to have, especially when you've got a smaller house. Having these sorts of rooms are incredibly useful. Now here is where you have the cistern. So it's actually a very large cistern for the house. And as I said previously, there's another cistern further down, which actually they use for the irrigating of the plants. And then here we have what they call the vano tecnico. So you've got the little boiler in here and the pump from the cistern to pump the water up. So important to note. Whilst round here is where they envisage, where you can see they've got all the pipe work here. Show them the pipe work, which is where they could put the actual boiler for the heating units of the house. So it's all kind of there, it just needs to be finished. And you can see they've left pipes out because this is where they envisaged the pool going. So I think it's absolutely ideal in terms of a spot where to put the pool, but also looking at the olive trees, you're kind of immersed in the olive trees here. It's gonna make an amazing project for someone who doesn't really want to take on you know, a project that hasn't had anything done to it, but kind of wants to put their own stamp on the property, right? So here you can quite easily do that and get the courage to maybe make something, okay, they've done the basics and, you know, it's been done rather well. Let's see about just finishing it. Now, there's one last thing I want to show you of this property, which is the terrace, because obviously we have stairs going up to the terrace here. Oh, I forgot to mention, actually, quite important as well, We do also have an outside pizza oven here, so we'll show you that just before going to the terrace. You can see just out here, can't have a house in the south of Italy without a pizza oven. That is a must, and this is actually a pretty good one. But they've also got here the predisposition for doing an outside kitchen detached from the house. So they do actually have the water pipes coming up here as well. You can see we've got neighbours close by. Again, this is an area that's lived in all year round, so that can be seen as a plus because obviously you are not isolated. And again, this is quite a busy area in terms of the countryside because it's a very sought after road. As I say, there's been a lot of investment going into this location. Now coming up the stairs here, just want to show you the spectacular views from the top. Obviously, views are never that good as they are in person on the videos, but here you can see the size of the property and also that beautiful location. This is absolutely beautiful in terms of a location. Again, raised up on top of the hill. We've got lots of beautiful properties here, a lot of trulli, a lot of villas with swimming pools, so it's definitely a good area to invest in. And again, we're about a 10-minute drive from Ostuni. Now if you look on this side, you can actually see quite a bit of Ceglie Messapica in the distance. So we've got a really good view of Ceglie. So you can see we're about a 10-minute drive to Ceglie and a 10-minute drive to Ostuni. Very strategic location, incredible comune here. Obviously we're in the comune of Ostuni, which is where everyone wants to be. And just look at these rolling hills all the way around. I think this is actually a really good usable space up here. And in fact, one last thing to mention really is that they actually brought up all the pipe work because they envisaged doing a kitchen up here as well. Now, in most cases, I don't really think you need roof terraces, but this is such a nice one and you've got so many beautiful views. I think this is actually a really good usable space. So definitely something I would recommend doing something to, and obviously maybe bringing a kitchen up here. But I think that's everything I need to mention about this property. But obviously, if you have any questions on this property or any of the others, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thank you very much for watching.